We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. All right, I'm done. Welcome back, Leatherhead Nation.
Wait, are we back or?
Oh, we're back, baby. I'm fired up. Fired up. Welcome back.
He's drinking already.
I am drinking already. Thank you very much. Welcome back, Leatherhead Nation, to the Gettin Salty Experience podcast. It's the only podcast in the whole wide world that brings the firehouse kitchen table to you. Hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. We missed you, shitbags. We're ready to go. As always, I'm joined by my buddy, my pal, my little Elmer Fudd over there, Ruffy Ruffano.
Really quiet. I'm hunting weapons.
We got DJ Petey Pete, Proby Pete, Producer Pete on the
Shalom.
Steel.
He's got some new stuff. I like it. He's got some new stuff.
I'm always trying to change it up, boys.
Changing up. Nice haircut.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, he looks very tight. He's all tight and crispy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So listen, we were going to get a new segment tonight, but I kind of hit Pete last minute with it. I dumped it in his lap like at 6 a.m. this morning while I was on the bike, and that might not have been a good idea. But next week, we got, on a Monday, we have the Salty Fireside Chat for you fellas. New segment coming up. I know you'll like it. I'm excited. You're excited. Ruffy's excited. We're all excited.
Very excited.
He can't contain himself.
Look at him. He's bursting with fruit flavor.
The guy's been sitting in a tree stand in the freezing cold with his mustache for the last 3 weeks, bro. So I mean, it don't get better than that.
It's going back again.
My buddy had a shot at a 10-point buck that just walked out in the middle of the road for him, 30 yards away, and he pulls up his rifle. And he's got a lever action, and he gets it up, and he pulls the trigger, and it goes click. No boom.
Come on.
What happened? He didn't load the bullet?
No. He thought it might have been a light primer strike, but not 3 times. Turns out it was just overly oiled and sitting for too long, and he didn't clean it before he went out. And it cost him the buck of a lifetime. And he said that the scope, the buck filled the whole scope. That's how close
He was. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That's a shame.
You know what he must have said? What the buck?
What the fuck is going on with that?
What the fuck is that?
You know what the difference
I
between
told the guy what the new segment is. It's salty Fireside Radio Chat. There we go.
What's the difference between beer nuts and deer nuts?
What's that?
Beer nuts are $1.59 and deer nuts are under $1.
Oh!
Yeah.
Wah.
But you know what, guys? I don't know if everyone knows this, because we might have some new listeners listening. But this show is actually brought to you by gettinsaltyapparel.com. If you thought you'd get out of that one, you're wrong. You go on to head over to gettinsaltyapparel.com, guys, where you will find cool t-shirts like the Warren Fuchs inspired Saddle Up, or I'm looking for the right word for this one. The first do at your old lady's box, and soon the first do at your old lady's burning bush.
Oh, we got to get that going. You're right.
Yeah, that one too. But so, if you guys need a little trinket for your firefighter family or friends for Christmas, head on over to gettinsaltyapparel.com, guys. Thank you for supporting the show.
Well, if you need maybe a Halligan or a nozzle for 30 fucking buck, what maybe you can get over there.
I wish I could do that. I'm no longer allowed to do that.
He is banned from doing that. Thank you. I was waiting for it to happen too. I'm like, I hope he didn't forget that he's banned.
I'm banned. Yeah. There's a moratorium on leather helmet questions and that. So
Mike Kelly wants to know Salty Fireside Chat. Well, why don't you tune in, Mike Kelly, and you'll see. It took me a long time to go through a lot of footage, fella. So it's going to be fun.
I just got to pull the clips. I got to pull the clips. So we'll all experience some salty fireside chats.
All right, but tonight we got a little Q&A. That's what we're going with. Q&A. And we got another thing we got coming up. Where's Hank in there? Oh, Hank's in there with the Leatherhead Nation. How you doing?
Yeah, I just sent that shirt to the printer, so it should be a couple weeks.
Nice.
Great. Before Christmas, right? You got to get on them.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know.
Whoa.
What colors did we decide to go with?
It's that dark gray.
Oh, yeah.
Heavy gray or heavy something.
I need one of those.
Kleehouse back in the room. Chief Kleehouse is back. Love it.
Our future guest.
1084.
Our future guest, Chief Jack Kleehouse.
That's our mission for 2021. We got to get him on.
And he avoids it every time. Like we say,
he doesn't even answer. He doesn't even like he's not even here.
Cold as a cucumber, bro. Yo, I'll put up Mike Kelly's comment there, dude. I just pissed myself when he fucking.
Hooray! The one, hooray.
Yeah, he's so stupid.
So here it is. Hooray for Kevin! Hooray at last! Hooray for Kevin! He's a horse's ass. Oh my god!
Look at his face in that picture.
Yeah. Wait. Oh shit!
He's Elvis.
Oh my god!
That's great.
Yes, he is. You guys want to do a few questions?
Do it.
Do it. Come on, do it.
All right, here we go. Hey, Pete, firstly, if you read my questions out on the next show, I promise you I'll show you guys a picture of my old lady. She's hot and keeps her eye on the show all the time. Now,
who is this guy?
You better call Saul because his old lady was hot.
Yeah,
and
she was hot.
And she was scantily clad. You know,
she was very hot.
This guy's going to send some bullshit picture. I want to see a little thongage going on. Who is it? What's his name?
Okay, well, it's Andy Daly from Liverpool, England.
Oh, and send over a picture.
Love across the pond.
Right. Listen, we need one of these thong photos.
Dong,
right?
dong.
All right, and so he has two questions for this thong photo, both kind of tie into one another. To Kevin Louie, is there one job that either of you were off duty for or missed for whatever reason that you would have loved to have been on, maybe even first do? ? So that's the first one. I'll let you answer that, and we'll go into the next.
So I remember we were back at quarters. We came back at quarters, and there was a problem with the rig. And I was in 288, and I had to call the mechanic. And they came, and there was some issue, and you know how it was most of the time. You try to
either swipe the tire on the side of the firehouse, did you?
No, I didn't. I wasn't driving. I was the boss.
He was known to do that.
I think it was. I tell you the truth, it was definitely in the engine, and he had to do something. It took a while, and next thing I know, the whole front of the rig was up, and we were out of service. And literally, probably like 20 minutes later. First due job, Maurice and 69th Street. There was three houses there. First due, and we missed the job. In fact, we actually went on the roof and watched the fire progress from all hands to extra engine truck, second alarm to third alarm.
That's a close box with you in 292.
Yeah,
beat him
we had the hill. We had the hill there.
You get the head of steam coming down the hill.
You know, every time for years, every time I went past that block, every time we passed that corner, which was all the time, I always look. And after they rehabbed the buildings, I mean, they were boarded up for months. On the right side,
going down the hill.
On the opposite side. No, on the opposite side. On Maurice, but on the opposite side. As soon as you crossed over Maurice, those three buildings there.
Oh, I do remember that. Yes. I had one, actually. I was coming off the BQE, and I saw a giant plume of smoke. I wasn't working. And I said, oh, shit, that was close to quarters. So I come off, and sure as shit, it is ripped. I think Hank was working this job. Hank, in there? Yeah, I think it was, because it was him, Ungaro, Murph, and Joe Hunter. And they were in front of 206's quarters. We first became a squad on their apron, talking to them, and the box came in.
I remember that.
Took off from there, and I got there actually, and they got in first due. Great job, and I actually just helped them change their cylinders to go back in for a second round. But that's one I missed, but it was a good job. I had to was working. Old Man River. If you can chime in, he might be. He might be sleeping. Old Man Hanky.
The old Boca Del Vista gang.
I always used to hate going out of service because you just knew it was going to happen. You could be on 22 out of 24 hours, and you knew it was going to happen as soon as you went out of service for a half hour.
It's always that way, right?
Yeah.
Second question from Thong, man. Do you guys remember your first runs, first workers etc., where you were both brand new probies. Could you describe that feeling to the viewers and listeners? Keep up the great work you guys are making, getting through this pandemic much more bearable. Love from across the pond. Andy Daly from Liverpool, England.
We better be seeing some nice pictures.
And Andy, you can go ahead and forward that picture on to gettinsaltyexperience@gmail.com. That's gettin with an N, saltyexperience@gmail.com. Thank you, Andy.
Oh, look who's in there. Cheese man.
The cheeseburger.
Cheese.
My first run was a pull box. And it wasn't much. I was all dressed. Nobody else was dressed. It was a 1092. And I don't even think, if I remember right, if I knew what a 1092 was.
Right.
So I didn't even know what, we were actually heading back to quarters already, and I still thought we were going to the box.
Sweet. Mine was a class 3 at Williamsburg Bank on down in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Class 3. Matter of fact, it's so funny. I just found that in the frame today. Remember, because you told me to frame my first run?
Yeah, I had mine.
I just opened up a bag in my closet. I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm like, holy shit, this is my first run.
I was on Grant Street, right? Grant Street?
Yeah, and I still got it. And that's the one we just spoke about that last week when I came back, and I was sitting across from an empty seat, my very first run. I waited all night. It was class 3. And I said, I feel like my father saw me for finally, after I was such a loser. I didn't get on the job while he was alive. I had to wait for him,
Nice.
to pass, and then I got on the job. And my first fire was on Myrtle Avenue. It was a supermarket.
How long after that?
It was in, I got there in January. So I'm going to say like March. It was, that was my first job was in the projects, but we were like third dude. We didn't see anything. The guy took me in there just to show me, let me do it the probie, let me show him. And my first good job
was that the first time you ever went into a projects? Because that's that's a brain blower.
We had a lot of
eye-opener.
EMS runs in the projects, but that was my first job. Was on Sand Street in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
and the guy was from St. John's East. He was a lieutenant. He was a fireman there. He was my lieutenant. He looked like the little. Remember the guy from Minute Mouse, the little turtle with the cigar in his mouth? He's like, yeah.
Oh, that's
courageous cat, Minute Mouse.
Yeah. Let me take the probe in here. Yeah.
That's some look. They're like a big bottom lip or something.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. It was short and bald, and if he didn't have the coffee ready as a probe when he was coming in,
the frog. That's right. It was the frog.
It's like looking like that Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Shut up, shutting up.
Yeah.
Frog, yeah.
I can't remember his name now for the life of me. But if you weren't running to the rig, as soon as the bells went off, he would scream at you. If you weren't running in a full sprint, he was yelling, screaming at you.
That's kind of good, though, right? I mean, I had guys who were, I had one guy who was downright abusive to me when I was coming up doing sound for him. And he yelled at me and he was just fucking the worst. I hated him, but turns out he's one of the best people I ever worked for because he made me sharp as hell, man. Sharp as hell. So I can only imagine it's like that for you guys too,
I can't remember this fucking guy's name for the life of me. For Christ's sake. What was it? 30 years ago, 27 years ago? Yeah, let me probably. Yeah, you better get my coffee ready, kid. Yeah, as soon as I come in, I want it in my hand. Yeah.
Courageous cat Minute Mouse.
That's
incredible.
All right, let's do another one from let's do one from the chat real quick. Thomas Eddy from the chat is asking, hey, Pete, ask Roids and Pissy Pants if they knew what the box numbers are for some of the city's famous landmarks.
Yeah, I think the most famous one was your old lady's box.
Oh,
6969.
Oh, shit. God. He knows it. Look. Chief Clehouse knows his name, Farrell. Holy shit. Farrell, that was his name, Chief. Oh, you're the bomb. That guy is the best.
Hey Chief,
that's incredible.
I know it's like downright embarrassing, but I'm going to beg you again. Please come out. Please come out.
Oh, my God.
You don't hear those questions.
Holy shit. How did he know that?
Because he's
probably work with the guy.
Because he's
work with the frog.
No one's better.
Yeah, with the
his probie classmates, eh? Were you courageous cat then?
Oh,
it says probie classmate.
Wow.
All right.
That might fit, Pete. You might finally have something. You might, after 1 year, you might actually have something.
Buckrup thing, but he's got the other thing.
He has the frog down, so maybe we'll see if he
right.
kills it. Though he's probably going to kill it. Like by the time he's done.
You guys make me laugh so hard. I don't want to ruin it.
Did you see it? They were trying to get you to say it in there. Did you see that?
Who, Tony Buckrup?
The other guy. Hey, Pete, what was his name? Tony what?
His name was Antonio Buckrup. Anthony Buckrup, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, man.
He's one of my favorite dudes. I was going to wear my Gary shirt tonight, but Gary, are you combing?
Gary.
All right. Question 2 from the emails, gents. Good evening, gents. Enjoying your show from Canada. Oh shit, guys, look at that. We had one from England, one from Canada. Keep up the great work. On my visits to New York, I noticed that no 2 firefighters are ever dressed alike. Hold on, I want to prep something here. Some are in job shirts, some are in t-shirts, some are in shorts, some are in pants. Obviously, there isn't a strict uniform code. ? Is it? Is there?
Oh, there is.
I get the feeling that this might drive Chief Steve crazy. Thanks, fellas. Stay well. Lou Flames versus Rangers for the Stanley Cup in 21. Joseph.
Hey, nice. All right, so
Now,
Calgary.
Who would be a good person to answer this question, Kev?
You know who it would be, bro.
Oh, no.
I'm Chief Steve. I'm here to inspect. That better not be beer on your breath. Line up in order. Dress right, dress. Go get a comb. Your hair's a fucking mess. Proper uniform is what I'm here to see. No getting salty shirts. They won't get past me. 'Cause I'm Chief Steve.
I want to do another one. Let's do
Honestly,
another one.
I've never had the right uniform ever.
No?
Never.
What's the proper
He
answer
used
to
get
that?
pissed off when guys would have t-shirts on. He would get fucking steamed.
I know. I
Especially
never had
if they knew he was coming and they still had a t-shirt on, he would flip his wig, man. He would flip his wig. He would he would lose it. Like you said though. Listen, it's all about professionalism. That was the big thing for him.
No, listen, I get it. It's just you might
cool.
start off with the right. I would say that Manhattan probably has, the guys there, I would think, are better. They when they go on BI and stuff like that, they seem to dress better just because they're really in the public eye. But
Right.
and
Well,
I think
as far as shorts, I think you're only allowed to wear shorts up until a certain month, right? I don't know.
you know what? I think they changed that, but I don't know. But you know what the problem was is back in the day, you had to buy your own stuff. So guys always had a mishmash of shit. Now they give you the stuff. So there really is no excuse not to have
mishmash
the right shirt.
Guys would take the money they got for uniforms and spend it on something else. They'd be walking with rags.
They spent it on for Christmas gifts.
Oh, we get it Christmas time, right?
You get it in December, whatever it was, November, December, and then they would buy, Christmas gifts.
They're walking in with holes or rags.
Yeah, they had the same gloves for 10 years or whatever. But yeah, I would say that I think that's probably changed a little bit, more now. But but that's pretty funny. Nobody had, never. These guys had dungarees, like you said, dungarees. They didn't even have like job pants or nothing,
No.
Crazy
I think
stuff.
that's awesome.
Hey, there was a question from Patty Lee in there. It was pretty far back.
Let me just quickly ask Justin Davidson's question. He's asking for Lou. What kind of touch-up paint do you recommend for when someone keys your car?
Well, first of all, I don't want to say nothing about the truck, but it was like a teal color truck.
What was it, teal?
He's supposed to be
teal.
this hunting guy, and he pulls up in a teal Chevy.
It was the 90s, man. It was like,
All right.
You know what the funny is? In the squad, they always broke my. Dunick was the worst. He always tortured me with the color of that truck.
Yeah, man.
You have a badass truck now, though, dude. That thing's powerful.
Shit green pickup.
Yeah. Do you still have it?
I do have it. I can never get rid of that. That's my baby.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I got a new pickup, but I keep that one.
Nice. All right. So, what was the question from? Who was it from?
Patty
Pete?
Lee.
Patty Lee.
Patty Lee.
Fine, Patty. Patrick.
He's all the way back. He might be asleep by now. I don't know.
Oh, he might be in there with the Del Boca Vista gang.
He is old.
The got rocks in my yard younger than him.
He's a good dude. Oh, here he is. If he's wearing a leather helmet, hold on. I have a question. If I'm wearing a leather helmet, am I in the horse-drawn era, the war years, or present day? Maybe 4Ps can answer. Pissy Pants, Proby Pete.
I think you stumped him there.
He left me out there for once.
I think you stumped. You're a little pissy.
I'm pissy?
No, you're Pissy Pants.
Oh, I'm
He's
Pissy
talking about
Pants.
you. You know your name is Pissy Pants. Come on.
He said Pissy Pants, Proby Pete.
That's what he said. Maybe 4Ps can.
Pissy Pants and Proby Pete.
I say that's a trick question.
But yeah, I know a guy who knows it.
I think it's all. I think
All
it's
three
all
of the above, of course.
I think it's all the. I think it's all of the above. Yeah, there you go. Boom.
What's Miller's question? Somebody said Miller's got a good question.
Said something about a 6-pack and an 8-ball or something. I don't know what the hell he's doing.
Hey Kevin, I watched YouTube and they were taking a deputy chief out on a stretcher. Was that Chief Steve?
Yes, it was. As a matter of fact, I was going to bring that up. So
What happened?
Turns out the Chief Steve. He needs an ankle replacement. His ankle has deteriorated so badly over the course of 42 years on the job, and the thing with him too is that it's so bad that the bone has holes in it now. It's so deteriorated that they don't even know how far they got to go up his leg to find solid bone in order to attach this.
Holy shit!
This,
Like a tendon?
no,
a
I need
good bone to
a
attach.
good bone to the ankle replace the artificial ankle. He needs an.
Oh, so they got to take a
ankle.
piece of bone to replace the bone.
Yeah, but the bone down at the bottom has all holes in it, so they got to.
What is that like? Would that be titanium?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I got
Why don't we just lop it off and we'll use like the guy who was the runner who had that thing on the bottom of his foot. Guy was flying down the street. You know what I mean?
Just give him a spoon.
Yeah.
Give him a spoon.
Yeah.
a wooden spoon like Mama used to use.
I gotta tell you though, that guy is a trooper, my brother. He's in so much freaking pain over the course of the last 10 years. Never ever complains about it, though, man. Never taps out from work. And finally, it caught up with him, you know.
Son of a bitch! I didn't know they took him out.
Maybe he's got to just slop it off and borrow it from Johnny Walters, bionic leg.
A little peg there.
Yeah.
Hey, you know our good buddy Mikey Milner. Hold on, I you know what? I'm not quick enough here. I should have been quicker, but hold on. We need his theme song. Mikey Milner is in the chat, and he's asking Louis a question.
Did I ever find drugs at a fire? Allegedly, could have been, maybe. I found a lot of money once. I found a little bit of money once.
Yeah, it started off as a lot.
Did I say a lot of money? I meant a little money.
Yeah. What wasn't it? Who was it recently that they were at a job and the woman was yelling, "Go to my refrigerator, because she had all of her money stuffed into mason jars."
I don't know who the hell was telling us that. Somebody was.
My grandmother used to put it in like aluminum foil, put it in the freezer so it looked like something. Meanwhile, it was cashola. It was like a brick. Yeah. Cold hard cash.
When my grandmother passed away, we started going to her apartment. That woman had money everywhere you could imagine hidden. Probably she had no idea, and it was somewhere up in the woods of like 60 grand in her apartment.
No shit, like stuffed in everything?
Everywhere. You had to go through. I guarantee you we missed more money too. I guarantee you we probably threw something out that had money, like pockets of pants, inside pockets, sugar bowls, drug container, you know, the prescription drugs in the medicine everywhere you can imagine.
Check the couch. They always stick them in the cushions, right?
Yeah. Yep.
That's crazy. When my grandmother died, we found out she was a degenerate gambler. So,
awesome.
And she was supposed to give me my inheritance. Guess how much that was?
You got a lot. One of those scratch offs. You got a scratch off.
That's what it was. You know, everyone waited till after she died, and they go, you know, not for nothing, but I saw your grandmother with those scratch offs. She would have a stack of them like this walking down the street. She almost got hit by a car once. I'm like, why are you telling me this shit now? You know, that's her business. Anyway, question from the emails, guys. Here, hey guys, I really enjoy the show. I've watched you on YouTube since the beginning. Keep up the good work. Now, my questions are: do you guys watch any other shows and stuff on YouTube, like Pin the Q Productions or the Fire Department Chronicles? And if so, what do you think of them? Thanks, Jeff from Toronto,
Another
Canada
guy.
Holy shit!
Well,
these Maple Leafs.
Let me say this, because I was told those shows are great. Those shows,
I love it.
listen, they're great. Good shows. That's all I'm going to say. Good shows.
Look,
I listen. The bottom line is, if the more fire stuff that gets out there, right, Petey?
Yeah.
We were talking about it
That-
before.
that-
The more
that's what
fire
we're
stuff that
saying.
gets out there, not
The better
everything's
it
going to
is.
be. Not everything's going to be funny. Not everything's going to be serious. It depends on what you're interested in and what you want to
Exactly.
learn, and that's it. That's the bottom line.
You know, from doing my own YouTube stuff and everything like that, there's all different flavors, right? And the great thing about being on the web is it's not like we're all fighting for broadcast space. Like if we're all fighting for the one fire show that's on ABC, then we would all be sticking knives in each other's back. But that's the good news, is that we don't have to, and we could have our opinions, but we don't have to.
World Wide Web. There's
Exactly.
a lot of room.
It's just all the room in the world, and let this
There's room
the
for
stuff
good
that's
podcasts.
Listen, I hope they succeed with what they're doing. They just better
Of
not.
course.
If they copy us, then they'll have Refrano, Johnny, and Sally help them find their checkback. You know what I mean?
Will you be kicking in the door? Will you be kicking in doors, bro?
I'm a little calmer now. I'm a little calmer,
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe.
No, I think it's cool, man. And like, you know,
What do
like,
I always say? What's my slogan, bro?
oh, the
Imitation
only
is the biggest flatter.
Never duplicated, bro. That's all I'm gonna say.
boom.
If they imitate you, it's the biggest flattery, right, Coobs?
That's what Dr. Schubert said in chemistry, and remember? Hey, Dr. Schubert. He
Yeah,
caught
man.
me. He caught me imitating him. He was there.
I forgot that.
Yeah. 10th grade chemistry. Refrano was sitting behind me. I was making fun of Dr. Schubert. He came up and he said, imitation is the best form of flattery, Mr. Kubler.
Right.
That was it.
Mr. Kubler.
There you go.
He's got to be in the box, right? He's in the dirt.
He was like 90 years old back
I
then.
remember,
bro.
yeah.
I failed
Okay.
chemistry by 1 point, and then I went to go talk to the chemistry teacher, and he goes, "You were the one who was making fun and joking around in the back the whole time, huh?" And this is all boys Catholic school. I was like, "Yes." He goes, "Have a great summer." And I went to summer. I went to summer school.
Somebody wrote Key Lose podcast, and they'll flip out on you.
Hey, Petey, pull up
Yes, sir.
Chief Clearhouse's line there right there. Others imitate, GS originates. Woo! Love it.
Oh, very nice. Well, 2021 is going to be a big year,
This
ladies
is our
and
year,
gentlemen.
baby.
Yep, we got
We've done
stuff.
all right for 2020s, considering what the hell's been going on here. We've done all right, I have to say.
I would venture to say that the COOF actually gained us more.
who?
I'm calling it the COOF, code word for the HIV.
Oh,
I would venture to say that it actually got us more followers and settled us into a nice
that's probably true. That is
Monday,
probably
Thursday.
true.
It's
Yep.
cool, man.
Next.
Okay, here we go. Oh my God. Francis Williams in the chat says, "Hey guys, absolutely love the show. I'm hooked. Can I make a request that you do some shows on more of the less interesting assignments like hazmat or Marine Division? Thanks." Cold,
Hold
man.
on a minute.
Nope.
Wait a minute. You know what? That wasn't fair to me. Nah. Nope.
You know what? We'll put some time into it. We'll think about it. We'll figure it all.
We might do a crossover with the guy. Nah.
Oh shit. All
Heidi,
right,
where
all
else can we go? We're locked up.
All right, here we go. Question
Do it.
4 from the emails. Question for you for your Q&A. In the past, hoses were taken off the truck and hung up to dry, being inspected and replaced when worn out. But now that hose is not hung up when is the hose replaced? Is it replaced on a use basis or time? The hose is in service, and what is done with the old hoses? Oh, good question.
They
I
make
know
koozies.
somebody. This is from John. I saw a guy makes wallets out of those old.
Yeah, they make wallets, koozies.
Yeah.
It's 10 years. I believe it's 10 years. 10 years, give or take.
Well, you're supposed to do a hose test once a year.
Just every year, right? You get the
put them under pressure. You get the thing that they send around to from the battalions, which nobody really does. They do it all. They do it all the time.
At multi-unit drill, allegedly, possibly could be. No, most of the time they do it, but
yeah, they do it right.
The actual date is stamped on the coupling. So I think the only time they really used to drain hose or hang hose, maybe it was when the hose was made of a different material, or if it was frozen. Chief Kleehouse would probably. I'm waiting for him to chime in because I'm sure he knows that answer. But it was probably made from a different material.
Now we use it as our confined space module, right? That's what we use
The hose tower is where we do our rappelling down in the.
Yeah.
Cotton. See, there you go. It was made from cotton.
Hold on a second. I gotta yell at my kid. He's got the TV on, and are you kidding me? Hold on. Pete, put me on mute, Pete.
Mute stand by. Let me mute him. I'm not mute him. I'm not gonna mute him.
There you go, Joe.
There he is. He's yelling.
Finer.
I yelled at my kids. Now he's yelling at his.
Oh, you made like you muted it, but you didn't.
I'm not muting him. All right, now I'll mute him. He looks like he's going to beat the hell out of him. All right, so I got a question for you, Louis. This is probably silly as hell, but does the coupler have an O-ring on it or something like that that's like replaceable that helps the seal on the hydrant?
I don't think it. No.
Okay, so it just basically works.
Yeah, just metal to metal.
Right. Awesome. So hold on. What's up? Jose is asking me something.
Chief Kleehouse said his kids are watching P&Q.
That is good, Chief Kleehouse. Another reason when you're on the show.
Wait till he comes back. He's got flip out.
That's really hilarious. Shit. Okay. Yeah. I mean, listen. Hold on. I'm unmuting him. Hello?
Yeah.
Hey, Coop.
Hello? I had to make him kneel on rice. That's how we do it in the Asian world, bro.
Look at what Chief Kleehouse said your kids were doing.
God damn, Asians watching P&Q.
Hey, Mom!
The meatloaf!
Meatloaf! We want it now!
Oh, so Pete, my bad. The guys are saying there is an O-ring in there that I mean, I wouldn't even know that.
Oh, interesting.
There is an O-ring in there.
Where?
Interesting. Okay. Old school. Ray Seeley's saying, hey, Fat Daddy's saying old school engine guys had to carry extra washers in their
see that? I didn't know that.
That's awesome, dude. Oh, there's a gasket.
I've never seen a gasket fall out. Is it locked in there? Like, I've never seen that happen.
Yeah, because I would imagine, right? Because it's like metal.
I would never see it get worn out.
Right?
Yeah, but they always leak. Rubber
What
washer.
What do you? A rubber washer? What are you laughing about?
Look what Wally the Buff wrote.
What do you write? Where is he? Well, guys wrote out beating the kids in the Gettin Salty section. Kevin went in there to handle business, and it's all like this.
You know what I mean?
All right, let's get to the next one.
Oh shit, that's funny. Justin Davidson said P&Q is offering Chief Kleehouse money to come on the show. Cough it up, Rafano. He doesn't want T-shirts. You some of them bitches.
Oh, that's funny. All right. Hey, fellas, love the show and all the tips and ball busting. I've been a firefighter at Beaver Falls, PA since I was 14. I'm now 20 and looking to get into the fire service. However, I stand about 5'6" and 215. Do you guys have any tips for the vertically challenged, aka short firefighters? Stay low and go. Get swole, brothers. Best from Curtis.
You got to hang for like 20 hours a day.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now. Never say that you can't reach that. When somebody asks you to do something, never say I can't reach it. Never say it, bro. You'll never hear a short guy say I can't reach that, but you hear a big guy say, "Well, I can't fit in there, man."
Listen, the knob is the job. That's what they've been telling me for almost 30 years.
Bro, short squat guys, good engine man. You know what I'm saying? Steal your line any day of the week, buddy.
Interesting.
You never know.
Here's so FDNY 276 in the chat is saying that chauffeur compartment has extra O-rings for if one falls out. So I'm assuming then it's
Ruff, you don't remember the rubber rings hanging on the?
I don't remember it.
Well, he was a chauffeur for a very short time before he took the step.
I was changing an O-ring? Come on.
He was busy changing the tires because he'd swipe out the lug nuts every time he'd go out of the firehouse.
Louis Lugnut. I'd rattle that rig out every time.
Yep, his nickname was Louis Lugnuts.
I got you there fast, though. That's for shit sure.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm looking in the chat. Hank, what did Hank say? He said something somewhere. All right, we'll get back to it.
Out if you don't have the O-ring, he said. I saw it.
What happened?
Water comes gushing out if you don't have.
Oh, is that right? Yeah, I didn't even know. I gotta look next time I go to the firehouse.
Oh, Mike Kelly's showing you one. Lou, it's not enough to be on the job. Oh. He's saying get in the job,
just
bro.
Let you know, dude. You can't use my lines on me, bro.
On the job.
Don't get on it, bro. Get in it. Don't get on it. Get in it, bro.
Yeah. And dress like Elvis whenever possible. I asked this Owen Muller in the thing, and the chat is asking. I asked this with sock guys a month ago, but what would your all-time team of guys who never went to sock be? 5 and an officer for a truck, 4 and an officer for an engine. So I guess he's asking who the best non-sock team would be in terms of individual people. Like, would it be Nicolello behind the wheel? Like, would it be?
Okay, nice.
Oh, that's a good pick right there, Petey. Nicolello's a good guy.
Dom Carino, 290.
I knew you were going to say Dom Carino. I knew that was coming out of your mouth, fella.
Look at what Kelly just wrote. Same time.
Yep, thank you.
Oh, nice. All right.
That would take a while. There was a ton of guys. Ton of guys.
Hey, how about our dude from Newark who wasn't a sock guy, but he was in Newark? That dude who came on.
He was a rescue guy, wasn't he?
You mean the Chicago guy that he'd rather have a something than a
Chief Timothy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He was a crusty engine dude right there, man. Yep. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, anybody who was on this show who wasn't sock, right? Because we've had some really good dudes, salty. Hey, how about Mr. Anthony Buckrup as an example?
Nice. Very good.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, the problem is Kevin and I have both been in sock for more than half our career. So a lot of the people we know are from sock.
Yeah.
But there's a ton of guys. I mean,
there's a couple guys we had on from 100 Tree.
Huh?
Well, a couple of guys we will have on from 100 Tree. The guy,
Calamari he wasn't in sock.
Nah, and who's the other guy we're gonna have on? What the fuck's his name? Austin.
111 guy.
111, right? Austin. What's his first name?
I don't know. Bob.
Bobby
Bill.
Austin. B.A. Bobby Austin. There's another guy right there. Yep.
We got a few more. Anthony Benetatos.
Who the fuck put that in there?
Antonio too, he said.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, no, and not Antonio Benetatos.
No. B.A. There it is.
I said his name. B.A. Right. Yep. B.A. is another guy. Yep.
Nice. B.A. Baracus, bad attitude. By the way, it was Brandon Cologne's birthday yesterday. Mr. Brandon's in the chat every week. So he said, "Can you say happy birthday to me?"
Oh, I love Brandon. Happy birthday. How old is he?
I don't know. I'm not sure. But happy birthday, Brandon. For real, buddy. It's good to see you in here again tonight. Another one. Hold on one sec here. Hey, Lou, Kevin, Pete, listen to man. some of the writing on this. Listen to every episode since day one. Nothing like it out there. Period. Keep it coming. Thanks, bro. Question for the Q&A. Since I'm turning into a huge FDNY buff by the second and signed up for Firewire, the question is, when a 1077 is transmitted, does that indicate the building is a high-rise or the fire is above a certain height or floor? To elaborate, if the box is for a fire on the first floor of a 50-story building. Is it still a 1077 or is it a 1075? And do special units assigned to the box change? Thank you, from Brett Greenlee.
No, the 1077 is for the size of the building. Doesn't matter where the fire is. Has to be 8 stories or more. And that would be a residential. And then there's a 1076 is for a commercial high rise.
Office building high rise, yeah.
Yeah, so you'll get different companies for each response. You get more companies for each of those responses. So that's why they have it just for the building type. And that's that.
Okay. All right.
And
Pretty
there's nothing
simple.
you can do about it. He's gone. What do you mean he's gone? He's gone.
It's gone.
He's gone.
He's gone. And there's nothing we could do about it.
Oh my God. Oh no. when they lay him out.
Just the better half.
Yeah.
I gotta watch that again. God, it's been like probably a month. Let's see. Coming in shit hot here. Hey, Pete. Greetings from the Pacific Northwest. I have a leather helmet question for the guys. Pete, put the gun down and let the nice people go. It's not that question. All right. It's something I picked up on in documentaries of the FDNY during the war years and the 1980s. I know chief officers wear white helmets, company officers and firemen wear black helmets, and the fire patrol wore red helmets. My question is, who were the guys that wore the yellow helmets and had the letters AUX in place of where the fireman's badge number was on the helmet shield? What was their deal? Not sure if Kevin Lou know. Maybe ask Chief Steve. As always, you guys are doing a fine job with the show. Keep up the good work. Remember, you're 10 and 18, and see you out there on the fire line. From Chris Yarrock in Richland, Washington.
I think those were just auxiliaries, like buffs that used to be in the firehouse. I think.
Yeah,
I don't know what the auxiliaries. There might have been the window lickers on the short bus. I'm not too sure. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Just kidding. Auxiliaries, old civil defense.
I was hoping that Chief Cleos would chime in very quickly because I have no idea what that is.
I knew there were auxiliaries, and I don't know how you became an auxiliary, though. I think it's just like, buffs. I don't know. Something like that.
I've never done this before.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe there were cops who wanted to be firemen. Yep.
Oh, man. So, next one coming in shit hot from the email. Lou, when you became a lieutenant and are floating, what is on your lieutenant shield? Love the show and the merch, Chris C.
So you just have a white shield that has a blank spot on it. So you can put wherever you're working for the day, you can put that company's patch.
It's got a little rubber strap that goes around the whole helmet.
Even firefighters had those when they went on a detail. They didn't last long. Nobody really ever used them, but that's what it was for. So until you get assigned somewhere, that you would have your number embroidered on that leather patch in the front. But other than that, it would just be blank. It would just say lieutenant, or just have the lieutenant shield on it. And actually, it says lieutenant on the bottom. Now that I ever think about it.
Nice.
You got to think back to those days.
Dude, I can't.
You're only out a year. What are you doing? You're only out a year. He's like, hold on a minute. I got to think back.
What do you mean? There's a gasket in there? I don't know.
They're only hanging in the chauffeur's compartment. There's a whole bunch of them sitting there.
Now I know what you're talking about.
The man's knee deep in backstrap and deer pepperoni right now. You know what I mean?
Actually, I used to write it with a piece of paper with the back of the BF4 was the riding list. I used to just write the number wherever I was working and just put it in. I had a rubber strap.
Peter, you talk about the venison pepperoni. I haven't seen venison pepperoni.
It's common. I told you. I got the hot dogs made.
Yeah,
it's got the jalapeno.
Yeah, right.
I got the hot sausage.
Nice.
All right. So look at Chief Cleos wrote there. What did he write there?
Shit hot, bro.
What did he write? Because I got another question.
Auxiliary helmets were red
up until the
mid 60s, and they were changed to yellow.
It's not
so they weren't.
Fire patrol who had red helmets.
He's
like a wealth of knowledge.
This guy, we
got to just start paying him as like a, just a, what do you call that?
So Susie in the chat, our Susie is asking, ask Lou, Kev, and Pete why they decided to do this show. Oh no, ask Lou and Kev why they decided to do this show and why they picked Pete. I bet they're asking.
We ask that question
every
every goddamn day.
I knew we were going there.
Come on.
I was busting Lou's balls to do this for how long?
Probably a few months. It was our first show was this December last year, actually.
Right.
Not the podcast, but the first spotlight on we did.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I wanted to do it because I'm a big YouTube watcher for other shit like exercise, bodybuilding, weightlifting shows. And I thought we could come up with something because we have a unique angle on it. You know, two guys, special ops, FDNY. And as far as Pete's concerned, I met him in the gym one day. He had some cool shirts on. And then I realized I went up to school one day and his kids are in my kids' class. And then I called him one day for something. And he has this really nifty voicemail. Hi, it's Pete Zigovic. I can't get to the phone right now. I'm either with a client. I'm like, with a client? What the hell is this guy doing? He's with a client. I don't know.
He's on the boardwalk with a ruck pack. That's what his client is.
So
right there.
he came over to the house one day. We're in the pool. I think we were in the pool, right? We had a little pool thing.
Yeah,
drinking.
we were talking shit.
And then I somehow convinced him to do it. I don't know. I threw it out to him. He thought it was a good idea, and that was it.
I listen. You know, this world, YouTube is all about niche, right? And I thought that this is great, and I know your credentials. And you know, I wouldn't have worked with you guys if you were a couple of poo butts. You know what I'm saying? But you're not. So here we are. You know what I mean? And I think the product speaks for itself. Very nice. Very nice.
Right.
Patty Lee said he got his first front piece 117, put it on, caught a job, got a flash over. So much for that front piece.
Nice.
We were actually Owen said something about doing another spotlight on the back in the day. We were actually going to go tomorrow to 30 Truck with Keith and do a spotlight on, but
we got the COVID no.
They got some COVID going on as other firehouses do, and so we got that pushed back again. So
oh my God,
it's going to be a while. Yeah.
It says here. Sorry, Johnny Walters is in the chat, guys, and he's saying, J Dubs is saying, is it true that Kubler and Walters are the same height, but Walters' legs are bigger?
Not true. Let me refresh your memory, Mr. Walters, because we were in the same class. And where you stood, when you mustered up, you stood in height order. And I believe you were to my left, which means you were shorter than me, Johnny Pegleg. So that dispels that rumor right there, my little tiny little peg leg, one leg friend. There you go.
Hey, he's got to come back on. We need him for one of these. Call to the bullpen.
Call to the bullpen.
Yeah, we should have him on.
We'll do it for the phone. It'll be like Maxwell Smart. He's talking to his phone. Johnny will talk into his stub. Missed by that much.
Daniel Donahue in the chat is asking, producer Pete, I know you guys covered the Our Lady of Angels School Fire. Did you guys consider doing a show, or did you do a show on the Collinwood School Fire in 1908 in Ohio? And I just want to say, after the Our Ladies of Angels School Fire, fuck no, I don't ever want to do another fire that involves children and the amount of photos that we had from that.
Coobs was heightening. What was that from? What movie was that from? I remember that. What do you lift? You put the lips in there. He was heightening.
Johnny Walter says I was angrier than him about my ex-wives. Yes, I was. I just got divorced for the first time when I went into probie school. So I was an angry woman hater at the time, right there, bro.
the He-Man woman
that was
hater.
Seinfeld. That was Seinfeld. He's heightening.
That's right, Mike Kelly.
All right, we got a big one here from the emails. And here we go. Pete, I sent Lou this at Instagram messages, but I figured I'd send it here too. Hey, Lou or Kev, we're 3 engine, 1 tower, and 3 ambo, soon to be possibly a 4th station E and A, with good use of mutual aid with neighboring towns, semi-aggressive, pretty busy, heavy EMS, but fair share of fire. But everyone has to be a truckie here, considering first due ambo goes to first due engine and second due ambo goes to truck. Hope you guys are following this because I'm
I
lost.
don't even know what the fuck. You lost me at hello. I don't
Hold
know.
on. Here we go. Hold on. Here we go.
Give me
I
a
told-
question.
I always tell these guys, think before you write and reread it 3 times. So there's a bit of discrepancy with knowledge and just following of the unwritten rule. Don't hurt our apparatus thought process with use of the tower. So, okay. Anyway, moving on. So we were doing some training and talking, and our rule of thumb is never rest the bucket on our tower. What?
Go ahead.
I'm looking for it. Oh, shit.
Oh, Christ.
So we were doing some training and talking, and our rule of thumb is never rest the bucket on our tower, Pierce, on top of a building or against a structure for multiple reasons. Hydraulics dropping out, bending the table, and base components, etc. I see the videos.
Who the fuck picked this question? Go to the next question.
Hold on. So we made it this far, goddammit. I'm not going back. Stand by. That's right.
I can hear Ray all the way from here.
That's right. Somebody get him a.
If it's the way the question is sounds.
Hold on. Hold on. Here we go.
Somebody
I see the
said
videos
that question
posted.
and
Here it is. Here it comes. It's coming.
Good.
I see the videos
Hold
posted.
on, so what?
I see the video. Hold on. I'm looking at a picture of Saul's wife. So
The answer is yes.
If you're gonna ask a question this long, definitely include with it a picture of your nude wife. All right, I see the videos posted of FDNY fires, and seems to be more sticks that are doing it, but they are rested on top of buildings and inside on windowsills and against walls, mainly brick. Is that SOG, or is that just using the stick as a tool type of use? Good or bad idea to do so? Thanks for whatever. Hold on, because I'm going to say his name because he deserves to be aired out over this. Thanks for whatever info you get to me. Tried searching for manufacturers in Google. Looked up a couple.
I had this.
Kyle Andrews, firefighter,
paramedic. So
Where's
you
he
never
from? Where's he from?
Mount
Prospect, FD.
Where the hell is that? All right, yes.
I'm going to Google it right now.
Yeah, so you don't
We don't rest it on the parapet.
you don't
Anyway.
rest
You put it above the parapet, and the weight of the person on it will bring it down to the parapet.
Correct. So if you see it on the parapet, there could be somebody on it, but it should be off the building until the weight of the person puts. See how easy that was? Could have done that a lot faster than that, I think.
All right, let me see where this Mount Prospect Fire Department is. Where is it? Where the fuck
Drummond.
is it?
Is that you, Roofy?
What? Yeah, that was me. Sorry.
Oh, it's out in Illinois.
Oh, all right, cool.
All right, so last question.
Good.
Here.
Woo!
All right. Hey guys, thanks for the great shows and all you do. My question is this: what determines who the senior man is? Is it time on the department or time in the company? What happens if someone with more time comes in? Does he become the new senior man, or does he yield that position as a courtesy? Thanks, from Blake Hand.
Senior man is who the guys who displays himself as a senior man and acts like a senior man. He's got to have time on. But there are some times when the senior man who has more time on the job, more time in the company, is a total pail of shit. So the guys will look to the guy who is the leader, actually. So they really wouldn't. We just felt.
In the queue would never allow a question like that on their podcast.
No,
that was
That's
fantastic.
great. That is absolutely great.
Very true.
Shit.
Oh my goodness gracious!
So yeah, it's the guy who positions himself as the senior man, but he's got to be
leads
legit
by
too.
example.
Wow.
The guy who leads by example. I mean, they could be a senior man, you show him respect, but the guys don't maybe not necessarily listen to him or look to him for leadership. They should respect his time, but doesn't mean they're going to treat him like the senior guy.
Well,
Yeah.
depending on how long. I mean, you can have a senior guy, like he said, that comes in. Generally, it would be the guy who's in the company the longest. Who's there the longest. Most of the time, if it's a good place, that guy's going to be the senior guy. I mean, he's going to represent the house. So, but I guess in some places that's not the case. But most of the time, that would be the case.
I mean, with
It could be a guy who's been there forever, who was a bale of shit. He's been a bale of shit since he's got there. He just has decided not to go anywhere. And he might throw around his senior man shit, but the guys don't really look to him.
Well, let's talk about one of the greats, Mr. Mollet, right? You knew that guy was on point, right? Like, he not only was the senior man, quote unquote, and everyone told you that, but it's because he was also very much legit, right? Like, like he knew his shit.
Yes.
He kept everybody on point.
Something as simple as if you're doing committee work, he'd have a mop in his hand. You try to take it out of his hand because you don't let the senior man do anything, and he would say, "Many hands make light work." I'll do what I'm going to do it too. I'm not going to sit there and watch you do it. That's a sign of a senior man from something simple like that.
Yeah.
It's the other guy who, because he thinks he's the senior man, has got his fat ass in a TV room and he's watching everybody else do committee work. He's usually the guy that.
Well, you get a little bit of respect because of your time, but you don't become that guy just because of your time. Obviously, you get a little bit of respect for that, but you earn the rest of that.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, man.
It's that simple.
Pete, Chief Cleathouse put somebody who had 42 years on the job. I think he had a comment.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Precipio. We'll have to get his ass on here too. I think he had 58 truck.
Joe Precipio, Captain Ladder 58, hit 42 years OTJ last week, 28 years as captain of 58, still going strong.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot of time, man. That's a lot of time.
It's a lot of time to be, first line too. Not even.
It's a good place. Yeah, getting on and off.
Yeah, getting on and off the rig. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, I saw that on Firewire. New York Firewire.
Firewire. It's sweater weather. All right.
What else we got? That's it?
Why do they call him Prince? Who calls that's his name? The nickname, the Prince?
Two more quick things from the chat, boys. Real quick. Can you ask the guys? This is from Aiden Lazzetti in the chat. Hey Pete, can you ask the guys about 62 engine if they have any stories about them or know anybody who was in?
I don't, but I know that's a good house. They do some work now. 62.
Where are they located? 62.
That's in the Bronx. I think that's 62 and 32. Those guys are doing some pretty good work now.
We'll have to get Chief Steve on. I think he bounced up there for a little while.
Nice. So, Chris Burke did have a good suggestion a couple weeks back, and it was this. He said, "Is there plans to do a call to the bullpen, with a show regarding the changes in the FDNY from the beginning till now? Like maybe we could have Chief Steve come on and Jack Cleathouse, and we can talk about."
No. Chief Cleathouse will have a show all to his own for as long as he wants. He wants to sit on here for 3 hours. He can sit on here for 3 hours. I don't care.
I'm talking about after he does our interview. Yeah. We could have like a super, like the meeting of the minds, like because Chief Steve will be laid up anyway, so we'll have
Chief Cleathouse might have like 3 segments. There might be like 2 hours, 6 hours, but 2 hour segments like for 3 weeks.
So Chief, I'm just gonna go ahead and pencil you in for January.
Somebody said Chief Cleathouse is starting his own podcast.
Yeah. Yep. Pin the K.
You guys ever ran into New York Fire Patrol while you were on the job?
I did.
Yeah.
A couple times.
If it was a commercial, I believe, right? They would
they would put the plastic in the store.
Yep. Yeah.
Mostly Manhattan, I think. By that time, they weren't. They were only in Manhattan, I believe.
Yep.
By the time I got on.
All right, boys.
What else you got?
That's it.
That's the end of it, boys.
That's all you got? That's it?
No, that's plenty. We're at an hour. Nice.
Oh. All right.
I'm trying to get some tonight, boys. Come on. What do you think I got to?
You are? Really? All right. You want to keep the when we go, not live? Want to keep that thing rolling when we
It's not going to last much longer.
Just saying, you never know.
I got 3 minutes. I got nothing to do. You know what I mean?
Watch the technique.
So listen, for you guys, we're not on Thursday. We are on Wednesday this week.
This week.
Just this week, because somebody's got to go away again. I'm not going to say who it is, but it rhymes with Shmooey Shmoofrano.
That's right. Schmelma Flood.
Yeah, smell the flood has to go away one more time. So Wednesday we will be there.
And guess who we got? Guess who our guy is?
Oh, let me see.
Rhymes with
The Cheeseopotamus.
the Cheeseopotamus.
We got the Cheese Man. The
Hey,
Coming
Bob
out.
Gisano. 252. Petey, we're gonna have to pull that video again from
Shh.
that was with Tommy Burke. We had that video. We're
Okay.
gonna pull that. And
Aiden wants to let you guys know. Aiden saying that the 62 had 7,000 runs last year.
oh yeah, they run around. Those guys are doing it. Doing it.
So
Somebody's got to do it. Thank God.
The Gun Hill gang.
And that's that. There's nothing you can do about it.
That's 19 runs a day for crying out loud. Holy shit.
Hell yeah. So we
And
got
by the way,
Bobby
Mike Milner, see, get your facts straight. I'm already in my third marriage, bro. Come on, will you get it right? Married for a third time. Get it right.
Oh my goodness.
What else you got? I wish
Play this song. I have to play this song during
like
sex,
that song.
actually.
You might get 4 minutes then.
Oh, God. It's
catchy. It's
catchy.
Very catchy. Yeah.
very catchy. It's a good
All
one.
right.
All right, boys.
That's that.
That's it.
All right,
What
so
do we
we'll see you
got?
guys
What
on
else?
Wednesday. We
Yeah.
got the light. The lighters are going to be here.
Oh, this week they're coming. This week. They were shipped out on
Been a
Friday.
lot of work. Lot of work. Look at me.
Lot of work.
A lot of work.
Looking good, man.
A lot of work. with the
McVeigh
lights.
keeps texting me. I see my phone is dinging off the hook here. I don't know what
What
he's
could he
doing.
possibly
Those-
be texting?
When are you guys dropping the lighters? Because these things I know are going to sell out in like 2 seconds. So these guys are probably waiting on them.
I'm waiting for the inserts to come. I have all the lighters. The inserts were shipped on Friday. So however long it takes to get from California to here, they will have them.
Nice. Good.
And,
Maybe we should just tell the guys to like keep an eye out on the Instagram for when we drop them because they'll be in the stories, right, Louis?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, that'll be everywhere.
Those are going to sell like this. So guys, keep your ears to the streets because they'll be gone before you know it, and then you'll be bitching about when are they coming back.
Guys are pummeling me in the chat.
Why?
I don't know. It's all right.
It's all
I can
love.
take it. It's all love.
Come on.
Oh,
Louis love.
Metcalf. I had a good Metcalf story. I almost killed him one night driving. That's what I'll say. We'll have to say that. Yep. He screamed like a woman. Everybody does.
Who did I made Dougie Sloan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leave me alone, Doug
Metcalf
Sloan.
stood up, screamed. That's the only time I ever stood up on the break.
Oh my God, that's funny stuff.
Damn, boys.
All right. So Cheese Man on Wednesday. Pete, take us out, brother. What do you got? Go with it.
Okay, well, you guys all who are listening to this on Spotify, iTunes, or wherever fine audio podcasts like these are found, should also be tuning into youtube.com/Gettin Salty Experience, guys. We all need you to go ahead and take that little index finger or whichever finger you choose and hit the like, subscribe, share, and the notification bell. Because guess what? The more we like, subscribe, and share, the show grows, the more we can do. 2021, big year.
Yeah.
Big year.
Big, huge. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge.
In fact, on Wednesday, we're getting together a little early to map out 2021, and hopefully there's no black plague, so we can get out there.
It's gonna be huge.
Our thing, you know what I mean? Our thing. We're gonna do our thing. We got the road show thing. We got the spotlight on thing. We got a lot of things coming up.
Huge.
2021. Okay,
Yeah.
little Joe's going home.
Where is-
all right.
where is I didn't see Tankamus in here tonight. Where is Tankamus?
Yeah,
in
he's
there.
probably working. Is he in there?
No, he was in there earlier.
Oh.
I was conversing with him earlier.
Yes.
All right.
Okay,
gonna be
Instagram. Guys, head on over to Instagram as well to find us at Salty Dog Inc., where you get, really nice curated fire photos, but also last minute information like these lighters will be in the story. So keep your eyes peeled because once these lighters go, it's not going to be very soon before we get them back. Then it's, of course,
Leatherhead Nation shirt. Ruffy's got to get on his horse.
It's on. The horse has already left the stable, baby.
All right.
I was waiting on you.
All right, boys. And then the last but not least, guys, as always, head on over to gettinsaltyapparel.com to get things like the Warren Fuchs inspired Saddle Up t-shirt, the First Do It Your Old Ladies Bushfire t-shirt, which will be coming out in 2021, probably, maybe. No. And the lighters, the toiletry bags, the bunker gear koozies. You know what I'm talking about. All the firefighter apparel and accessories that are fit to print. And last but not least, if you guys have a question like we had tonight, email us at gettinsaltyexperience@gmail.com. Now, you all know there are questions about leather helmets that are no longer allowed. So if we're asking if the FDNY is taking leather helmets back, we're not posting that question.
Delete.
Everything else, delete.
Not allowed to do that, and Pete's not allowed to do Tony Buckler. So
That's it. That's it. There are rules here. There are rules. This is not.
Gotta follow the rules.
Pin the
This is
Q is
not-
selling second do-it-your-old ladies box shirts.
They are.
There are some great comments tonight, man.
There was
I
some
missed
good.
them, guys. I missed them.
Yeah, I
pretty
missed them
funny.
too, man. It was
Yeah.
good to have the week off. Hey, real quick, I'm not, asking for details, but how was everybody's Thanksgiving? Everybody had a happy one. Everyone's good.
Very
Family's all
very
good.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Me too, man.
Double
Quiet.
K got a little too drunk. Yeah. Mom had to yell at me again, but you know what happens.
I didn't get drunk,
50
but I'll tell
years
you,
old.
my mother-in-law crushed the turkey this year. I don't know what she did. It was the best damn turkey I've ever had in my life,
did.
and I promptly passed out on the couch and woke up in
Nice.
a turkey cold sweats. So that was great.
Beautiful.
Loved it,
Beautiful.
man. Good night, man.
All right. Yeah, man, that's good stuff. Somebody mentioned in their live audience. That'd be a great idea, man.
Hmm.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we'll
Well-
go somewhere. I don't know what a majority of these guys are. Florida, we have a live audience that would kill it. Yeah.
We can't do
You know,
anything right now. What are you talking about?
That's what I mean.
I
So
didn't
we
say
would
it
need.
right now, 2021. Once Joe Biden, gets rid of the plague, because that's what he's going to do, even though he really didn't do it. But
Who?
yeah, right, exactly. Okay. All
I
right,
don't
take
know
it
about
away
any-
before I get
What,
upset.
you want owl?
I don't. Well, no, yeah, I don't know any. I don't
Yeah.
know any Biden because he's gonna lose anyway.
All right, let's go.
Guys, you know what to do.
Yeah, man. That's it. All right. Listen, stay low and go. Love you guys.
All right, we'll see you at the big one. See you on Wednesday.
Cheers, boys.
Phew.